What is going on, YouTube? Fans of World Divisions, I am on and we are ready to go. Let's get this show on the road here. So, here's what I'm thinking, right? I don't understand why the NBA keeps doing what they're doing, because tonight was just a really odd situation. Like, one of the basketball players was supposed to be sitting out because they were doing health protocols due to COVID situation. Clear the player goes into the game, ruins his starting record, and then middle of the game he gets taken out of the game because the NBA apparently found out about the fact that he was cleared, but they told him that he couldn't play the game. And you know, I'm just playing some fantasy basketball for fun, of course, with my coworkers, and I'm just thinking to myself, is it even worth doing it anymore? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is the NBA even, should they even be keeping the play? You know, money makes the world go around, and unfortunately it is what it is. So okay, so let's begin the stream with some Guild Wars. As you can see, we are fighting FFBE. Man, my Chinese is really bad, so I don't know what that word is. I probably should look that up before I attack this team. But we are in Champion. We're in Champion 3. And so far, it's kind of been an up and down. Like, it's been kind of rough. But at the same time, it's like, few of the battles I did, I actually got reasonable wins, right? It didn't make a whole lot of sense. It's like, you would think that if you're in Champion, you would be facing harder opponents. But then the more and more I think about it, is it really harder opponents, right? Like, it's kind of like we all have the same gear, same cards, most likely same units. So, you know. Actually, I probably should watch RNJ's a view of like what's the best guild battle teams, right? That would make a lot of sense. But to be honest, I kind of already figured like the most units, I guess the type of units that most people use in Guild Wars. You know, either go with a strong, heavy, magical comp, or you go with like your standardized tank, maybe double mathematicians, or you just go with like a lot of heavy AoE hitters. Good evening, Koi. How you doing tonight? Actually, you show up a lot earlier than normal, I would assume. And that's actually one of the reasons why I'm moving my stream further back, because I know a lot of folks have kids and whatnot. They probably have to put their children to bed, and you know, then right now once their kids are sleeping, it's adult hanging out time. So all right, let's go ahead and attack this team because they have essentially the same power as me. Looks like they have a tank, a physical damage dealer, and a healer, which essentially is what I got going on. Let's get it started here. Good news is my dog is doing much, much better after his little run-in or whatever the heck happened to him, you know. And right now, it's kind of become routine what I do when my dogs get like the runs, you know. And so it's like like everything in life, right? You have lots of, I guess you could say you have a lot of experience. I think this is one of those situations where for some reason I can't attack team because I think I DC'd. This happened to me before, where when I'm playing on emulator, for some weird reason, I can't attack certain teams. It looks like I'm completely stuck. I might have to reboot. But anyways, let's just keep talking in case it does go all the way through. I don't think it is going through. I don't think I get to attack this team. I might have to do it off camera or something, but it's kind of like in real life, right? You gain experience, right? Because, you know, you go to school, you learn things, you gain experience. You get a job, you learn things, you gain experience. You start dating, you get married, have family of your own, you gain experience. It's like everything you do in games, a lot of people just essentially emulate life into their games. And I think ultimately that's what gaming is, really, right? It's just like you're living another life. It's like I'm completely stuck. All right, I'm gonna have to reboot here. This happened to me before, where for some weird reason, I simply could not, I just could not attack this one guy. Like, no matter how hard I tried on the emulator, I just couldn't attack that team. And then, of course, I jump onto my phone, and I had no issues fighting that team. So I don't know what it is. The good news is that it doesn't harm me when something like this is happening. It doesn't harm me at all. So later on, I want to see what you guys think of my background that I'm creating, that I'm trying to make my stream look a little bit more, I don't know. I don't want to say the word professional, because I'm never probably going to be a professional streamer. You know, I don't think that's something I really want to do, to be honest. Like, I think it's fun to do, but I don't know if I'll be doing this streaming situation if there wasn't a COVID situation, but in many ways have to be thankful the fact that I do get to do stuff that's fun. So we'll give it one more shot. I'm not sure exactly what is going on. Like I said, this has happened to me before. I'm just not sure why I can't attack this team. Should I just go ahead and just attack these other teams? This magical team, actually, this is not a magical team. It has Dwayne in it. This comp could be kind of rough. I've lost to this kind of comp many times. I'm gonna try it again. I'm not sure exactly what is going on here. Let's try it one more time. I was thinking about actually streaming Final Fantasy 14 tonight, but yeah, man, something is going on where I can't even like get into the game now. Something is going on here. Send the evidence to Gummy. Yeah, I know, right? Alphonse, welcome to the stream. I hope it's not some kind of hack or something these people are using, because that will be definitely a hack. Like, if you can't attack a team. But like I said, I've actually done this before where I can fight them on my phone, but I just can't seem to access these teams on the emulator, which is a bit weird. I'm gonna try again. If it doesn't work, we're gonna have to just forget Guild Wars tonight. And I'll just go ahead and do it on my phone or something later. I wonder, what could it be though? Like, it's sort of like it's like a little server, right? It's like a little server, you log on and then you fight that team maybe. I don't really know. I don't really know how this is designed, but it is obnoxious though, especially when you're doing it on stream. You're trying to get some action going and this ain't happening. I'm telling you, this is something wrong here. I should probably just make a clip of this video and send it to Gumi and Square Enix, because this is ridiculous right now. All right, no Guild Wars tonight, folks, and I'm okay with that, because I'll be honest, Guild Wars sometimes feel like it's a chore, you know. It's like, I don't really mind it. Like, I even thought about starting doing match play for fun. It's just, I'm not really good at it, you know. Like, I don't feel like I'm prepared for it, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's like match play. You got to sit here and you have to kind of like try to figure things out. And chances are, if I make like a mistake here and there, the match is over, right? It's like it's one of those time sinks that I don't really enjoy. I could sit here and grind for days, like just have something going on YouTube or perhaps on Netflix or something. And by the way, I think I should cancel Netflix, man. There ain't nothing going on in Netflix. Seriously, they're just like garbage now, I guess. Would you believe me if I told you War of the Servers are down? Never mind. I pulled your internet cord. Very good. Very good. All right. So we're not doing any guild battles tonight, which kind of sucks because I was actually hoping to do some. But let's take a look at my stuff. Let's take a look at my stuff. Apparently, the community has spoken, and they don't give two craps about my show and tell videos anymore. Like, that show and tell video definitely has the lowest views. So it looks like people don't care about show and tell, right? Because ultimately there hasn't been anything going on in the game itself to warrant really a show and tell worthy of people like sitting down like, yeah, okay, look at your stuff, right? I mean, I get it, guys. I get it. If that's the way people want it, then that's the way it is. KOR Stern, I hope he never gets like crappy because he's pretty good. I probably should just go ahead and buy the rest of this stuff, huh? Marauders Blade. That's the thief one. I mean, that's the assassin one. I don't ever use it. I'll definitely pick that up. This is me. I actually rarely open up every single grid because I noticed that I don't use everything. Night Veil, I really like Night Veil. I didn't even open up Switch Slash. To target after movement, target panel raises agility for 1 turn. Like, this would be a great move if they actually made the area, like the reach a lot bigger, because this would be very potent, right? Like, you get to, let's say, an enemy healer or some type, then you just teleport right next to them and then take them out. But as you guys can see, I've essentially been farming a lot of JP with this guy, and might as well unlock everything. And we're gonna kind of have to figure out what are we doing tonight since we have no guild wars. Everything I'm using seems to be pretty legit, so I think I'll just leave it at that. I do kind of have to look up Destructive Fang. Is this thing even worth maxing out, right? Because the way I look at it is like, even at level 1, when I use him for raid, he deals a lot of damage. And he absorbs whatever the damage he deals. Maxing this doesn't really make much of a difference if I'm doing 9999, right? Making a higher level, it doesn't change anything. I think this is one of those terrible designs in which case you probably don't need to put any of your pots in. So I don't think I will. Let's go ahead and take a look at events. Actually, you know what? Since we're on stream, why don't we do some Porcelain Tower for fun, right? Because I still have 4 days. I was gonna do this off camera, but maybe I'll do the EX ones. I haven't done this. I forgot how to do this. I can just overpower these guys. Definitely taking Orlando. I probably should charm one of them. This looked like an actual legitimate team. Yeah, let's do this. It's pretty easy level though, right? I mean, let's be honest, it's not very challenging. I think I should just auto it. I should just auto it. Let's auto it and see what happens. It's weird, like, I was gonna do a video on this, but it's like if you reset the Porcelain Tower, the EX job, no, not the EX job, the EX floors come back. You can do them again. I've done this floor like months ago. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on, why it is allowing me to gain the rainbow shards again. That's very interesting that they allow you to continue your progression from the previous encounter, but they reset the EX floors. I was actually using Ziza to charm people, but apparently on auto, you know, they don't charm. So essentially, this should be a slaughter, though. But you know, I really should contemplate. I really should contemplate getting a haircut. Can you guys hear me okay? You guys can hear me okay, right? Because I don't have my microphone turned all the way up. I have it, I think, at 90%, so that in case I cough or something, it doesn't like hurt people's eardrums. Oops, sorry. I haven't been getting much sleep lately, so been yawning a lot. Hope you guys having a good week though. Like farming wise, I don't really think there's a whole lot of stuff to farm. Like on this main account, I haven't really been farming anything this week. Maybe a little bit of the books. All right, let's hurry up and get this done. Like doing like this type of content live seems very boring to me, you know? Like sometimes when I watch other people stream, it seems so boring, like people are doing this. There definitely seems to be a lack of engagement. I probably actually start turning on my Nightbot. Like I should probably do some research about some of those streaming tools. For level 60 units, these guys are hitting me pretty hard, you know? I always forget all you gotta do is kill Mon in order to clear this stage. Rainbow Fragments of Thought. That was pretty easy, actually. Now, I know I've done this floor before. That seems to be pretty easy too. This one I actually haven't done. But I'll do that later. So let's take a look at the Brutal Challenge. So the ephemeral, oh man, forget it. The quest where you do the knuckles. This one was fairly challenging because it says recover no more than 1000 HP. So I think what makes the most sense here will be probably use tanky units that can do Sentinel, and then you have to kill things as fast as possible, right? Defeat 3 enemies or more simultaneously. I think I had a hard time doing this. And then formation include only fire units. Well, good luck with that because I don't have a lot of fire units. So let me see here. This is the team I used. It's not very good because these guys take exceptionally large amount of damage. And I had a hard time killing 3 units at once because of those Spellbladers. They were not taking a whole lot of damage. I can farm it for the fist, but since I don't have one punch boy here, no reason to farm it. I will do my JP real quick though, because these are the units that I'm actually trying to work up. I think I'm starting to like Murmur quite a bit. I think Murmur is a great unit. I think in the tower she can be very, very good. She's actually tanky enough to take damage because of the resistances that she have, right? And then I really want to make this guy work, but the Seal Evil, it took a lot of tries for me to seal people, and I'm not sure if they designed it that way because it definitely, I mean, like, Imagine if you have like a 25% seal evil rate, right? Just petrify people. That probably seems a little overpowered, so that's probably why they did it that way. So let's turn on our JP acquisition items. Let us find a friend. Rooks, you're looking good here. Auto here, and then here. I think I should be stingy and use this, right? No, I might as well just use them all up. I'll be stingy there. I'll use them there. Use them there. Use them there. I'm so cheap. Okay, why am I so cheap? I don't know why. Greetings, Sean. How you doing this evening? So no Guild Wars tonight because for some weird reason, every time I try to attack an opposing team, I get kicked out of the game. So no Guild Wars. I think we're trying to figure out what to farm here because no Guild Wars. Arena is very boring. I honestly feel like there's a lot of people that quit the game. Like I strongly feel that way. Because I feel like Arena seems to be a much easier climb. Or is it because of the fact that you're allowed to use vision cards? I think maybe that's affecting the climb as well. So, all right. I think all the events are pretty boring this week. I'm actually not sure if I completed everything here. Yeah, I guess that's a real issue. Like I can't attack teams. I had this issue before, maybe a couple of months ago. And what happened was when I'm playing on the emulator, it won't allow me to attack teams. But when I'm on my phone, I'm able to attack teams. Let me see event-wise. Wow, I haven't even done any of the... Well, I have. I climbed the event, it's just that I didn't do any of the stages. You guys notice that when you clear something, it completely disappears? Whereas before, if you click on something, it's still there. So it's very obnoxious that you still have a line of all these things that you have the ability to look at. But why would you want to look at something that you already cleared? So to me, that didn't make any sense. It's great that they fixed it. So we could try to do the brutal difficulty, and everybody can get these nice rewards. I need to finish off the brutal to get this, and then EX, I need to finish that off. So, oh well. What is going on, Phillips? How you doing tonight? Got kicked from my match, but still got 3 stars. Was able to do a second match. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I can't even get into one match. For me, son, I remove people regularly from my friends list. If they don't play for over a week, I remove them. Like, I figure if people go on vacation or something, you know, a week is sufficient. But yeah, if they're longer than a week, I usually just remove them. Okay, I mean, there's some good number of people in here now. Let's see if we can do the brutal difficulty. What do you guys think? You guys want to try this out? This seems pretty difficult. I think using fire obviously is the best. Since I don't have fire, using leaf will probably be not a good idea. I'm just trying to think, who do I want to actually use? Should I just use her? I will switch to... It's probably better just to switch to defense. I don't think there's much magical damagers here. So I'll switch to this. So let me know if you guys want to do this. I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually doing pretty good, Phillips. I hope you're doing well. See if you guys are down to hang out. maybe do some brutal difficulty for now, and then maybe we can just farm some random things. I still haven't done this. So I haven't done this yet. If you guys are down for this, we can do it. If not, I can try to do a public one. I just need like 3 runs. You can do auto with delete a tank, bring 2 healer and brutal Cecil monk. Yeah, I don't have delete, so in fact, on this main account, I have literally no fire units besides rain. I have rain, I have Luartha, and I don't think Luartha is that good. Like these units in this are probably weak to strike, right? So you can actually probably bring Engelbert and use him as a monk. Yeah, you're right. Delete is on my free-to-play account. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. You want me to use him as like the what do you call it? The companion. Yeah, I guess delete will work. Like he can do a lot of damage, but like I'm not trying to get like what do you call it? I'm not trying to actually get the rewards. I mean, it's not a big deal. Because the way you look at it, right? If you're farming brutal, you probably are trying to farm the items that drop, the materials. So the recipes themselves aren't going to be an issue. But if you get a +3 for free, that does save you some time in terms of materials. I'm not sure, man. Like you have to help me out. I'm not sure. I guess fire units would be great if you have a fire unit. Kaler's here, so Kaler's got his delete running. So my job is to tank. We just probably need like damage dealers. We need damage dealers that has some capability of healing, I suppose. I don't really think you need full healers, although AoE damages would be pretty sweet. I already done this on the free-to-play. Like, I have a full fire team. I suppose you can use her. Like, there's no reason not to use Eldara because I think this stage has earth and it has ice. So we can try this team, like 1 tank to get all the aggro and then go with a bunch of AoEers. We can try that. It only costs 6 energy if we fail, right? So I think this is looking pretty solid. Let's give it a shot. We got a damage dealer, a tank, and 2 healers. We just have to really watch out for those spell blades and their taunting blade, right? Their taunting spell. They hurt really. They hurt a lot. Like I feel like spell blade is one of the more powerful jobs in this game. I'm just drinking water. I wonder what the policy is to drink alcohol during stream. Okay, that was not what I wanted to do. Let me go ahead and take off auto and turn off my bells. I think I should have went forward instead of upwards. I think that was a bad idea. Yeah, I hope you don't die, Kaler. Never mind, too late. I was supposed to go forward. I'm having a bit of vodka myself. Yeah, I was thinking about like, I guess it's Super Bowl, so I was thinking like, maybe I was gonna pick up some drinks, you know, for the Super Bowl. I'm making my ribs, by the way. I probably should shoot a video of that and just like upload it, see if it goes viral, you know. But actually, I don't want to go viral now since I don't have the ability to monetize. If I had like ability to monetize, I would definitely hope one of my videos go crazy viral, like 10 million views, you know, and just like go crazy. Well, that didn't work out, so. Those are some nasty heals. There you go, you got that stop in there. At least show us the finished product. Yes, I think I'll definitely show you guys the ribs. That's like one of my things is the ribs. I'm relying on RGT here. Look at that damage. That's crazy damage, huh? I think we're still fine if we can get some heals here. Can I get a stop on this guy, right? I probably should go ahead and turn on Sentinel, though. So the mistake here, obviously, would be to turn on Sentinel first to take all the damage. Then turn on the bell. And then just let RGT go to work here. Can I stop this guy? Oh, right, he's immune. I have to stun him. Stun, please. Damn it. Hey, the threat is gone. Stun. Stun. This game. See if we get a hard hit in here. RGT is carrying us hardcore here. You like how people say Delita sucks and then he's like essentially carrying us all? What happened? Did RGT's like, forget this, I'm leaving? RGT's like, you guys are such scrubs. Yeah, he did. RGT left. He's like, you guys are scrubs. Can we get a Blade Bash for realsies? Alright, this game, man. Damn it. There's no way I could have lived. Well, the good news is, thank you, RGT, for carrying us, because you've done an exceptional job. Does it make sense to you guys that Auguries is taking way more damage than RGT is taking damage? Come on, RGT, do it. Very good. Whew. Crisis averted. Thank you, RGT, for that. Now we must do this 2 more times. Good times, right? Oh man, we didn't even. I'm gonna have to request RGT. Oh great, his friend list is full. Your friend list is full, RGT. Your friend list is full. Everybody. Why did everybody leave? Don't leave us. Please come back. Come back and carry us, please. For me, I'm going to go ahead and do auto battle off. Actually, since I don't go first usually, so those strike damage is really gross. I need to have something else that gives me some. I need to do something that gives us strike resistance, right? Come on, folks. Come on, folks. Let's do this. We need 2 crazy good players. Fire takes 20% less. Yeah, it does. It does. I get that, but still, like, I'm taking the brunt of the damage, and I have way more defense. I have way more defense than the fire unit, so you figure that the nullification of some of that damage would be greater than 25%. But I have no strike resistance. I don't. Is there even is there strike resistance right now? Like, is there strike resistance? I'm not sure. KYC is here. Help us out, man. Help us out. I think. Is there? I need to see if there's any sort of strike resistance from the vision cards. We probably need to look that up. Essentially, nobody ever thinks about strike, right? So until Fireboy showed up, who was maybe a homeboy Raldor is gonna make a huge impact. Okay, we got this. We got this. I ate a big meal too. I ate a pretty big dinner, so it's kind of like I'm getting really sleepy. I have to work tomorrow, so I have to stay up tonight to get used to tomorrow night shift. But I really wanted to go to bed early, to be honest. Well, there you go. Mithril armor. You're right. Mithril armor does have strike resistance. I think now strike resistance might be a real thing. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna take my auto off, and then I'm gonna run into the middle, and then I'm gonna cast Sentinel, so I can take not a lot of damage. I don't think I should be faster than others, so yep, I'm not. You got, so you probably have to stay in the background, KYC. Yep. Let me establish aggro. This feel like I'm raiding. Doesn't it feel like we're raiding or something? All right, let's cast Sentinel here. Then let's just stand right here. And I think I should get the bulk of the damage. Have you guys been farming this, even though most of you probably don't need the fist? I'm gonna start casting Taunting Blade here, because essentially these guys are gonna hit me. Essentially everyone is gonna hit me, right? And then I'm gonna lose the hate, and so I have to get it back. I be healing. What's going on, Cod? How you doing, man? I mean, I thought that was you, but I didn't see you in chat there. So now I should probably get the hate up, because Sentinel is what, for 3 turns? I might have to actually use my bells this turn though. But with Delita capable of doing a large amount of damage. Hey, Illegit, how you doing, man? How you doing? Okay, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, you guys probably want to kill the archers on this side first, is what I'm thinking. because this monk and this sortie is gonna be pretty rough. So can I get a taunting blade up right now? I cannot. So let me see if this monk attacks me, because yep, okay, good. So the monk is attacking me, so we're okay. I think we're doing okay. Nice damage you got there. Archers are generally speaking very squishy. That's why I've never really been a humongous fan. See, I think the mistake there was I should get hate up, but since I can't, that's a very tough one. I think we still might be okay. Because if we can kill some of these archers, yeah, we can. Now I have to rely on defense, right? So, taunting blade. And then I'll draw them over here. Although I just gave him my back. That was a bad play there. I just gave him my back. Dude, that monk is insanely tanky. What happened? He literally taking 0 damage. Alright, now I gotta heal. Unless you guys can like 2-shot him or something. You love my COVID hair? Me too. Right here. Here's a screenshot for a meme on for you guys to use. There you go. I know, right? I just don't want to take the gamble, you know? I still haven't got my vaccine. Apparently what it is that the company now has to wait for another shipment to get the vaccine for our hospital here in my area. Kind of sucks, but my understanding is some people are actually rejecting the vaccine. But this is the best part, right? I was watching the news, like a clip of it on YouTube, and this lady, she's a nurse, and she's like, I don't want to get the vaccine because, you know, if it's not something you're making, you just don't know. And I'm thinking to myself on the couch, I'm like, wow, this nurse is kind of stupid, because she just said that she doesn't want to take a vaccine because she hasn't made it herself. I'm thinking to myself, excuse me, woman, if you made the vaccine yourself, then why do you need to be a nurse? You could be so rich creating your own vaccine. That is like the stupidest thing I've ever heard a frontline worker saying, that I don't want to take the vaccine because it's not something I made myself. I don't know what to say to that, like, you know. I just don't know what to say. That, my friend, just sounds so trashy. Like, that's trashy. The Pogger champ guy is anti-vax. Twitch removed his icon. Any anti-vax situation there? Yeah, like I'm not anti-vax. I'm not, like, I will get it if someone offers it to me, right? The company's offering it to me, but it's just I have to wait in line for it. And I haven't received any emails about it yet. I took a survey telling them I'm not allergic to eggs. And, you know, I'm okay with all that. But I don't appreciate the fact that there are people out there who are anti-vax for the wrong reasons. Like, if you have religious beliefs, if you have personal beliefs or whatever other beliefs, I respect that, period. No question asked. Don't even need to have a conversation about it. But if people are saying dumb things like, if I didn't make the vaccine, I'm not going to take it. That sounds ridiculous to me, because that's not a logical thinking. And why is that even, how did I even make the news? You have to, one, question that person's judgment, that they're fairly stupid, to be honest, to be saying these things. And two, right? Two, why would the news group even report this? It just makes everyone looks bad. That clip essentially makes everyone looks bad, right? I wasn't down for that. Like, I was like, this is dumb. Like, this lady is clearly misrepresenting the community of nurses and doctors and things like that, right? I mean, we're talking about people's lives on the line, and for her to say these type of things, to me, that makes no sense. you know. Like I have coworkers who say they don't want to do it for different reasons, and I respect that. If they don't want to do it, that's fine. But they're not spewing out nonsense to the community about it. And to me, I think that's worth a lot more than, you know, people saying like random things, I guess. I guess you guys are doing way too much damage, so these guys can't keep up. All they're doing is healing themselves. It's kind of like a PvP situation where if you've gotten the enemy down to essentially where all they're doing is healing themselves to kind of stay pace with the damage, the defense is going to crumble big time. So obviously our team is pretty good enough that we should have no problem actually doing this. But to be fair, we've been manualing it though, so. Have you guys noticed that the really hard counters, not hard counters, the very hard content in this game encounters? Like most of the units are immune to disable and they're immune to stop, right? So then you're thinking to yourself, I spend all this money to get these units to use disable and stop, and now these enemies are immune? I don't know what to say to that. That's terrible, right? It's like the company comes out and slap you in the face for spending money to support them. Yeah, that monk, seriously, that monk is a raid boss. I think that monk is the boss of the stage. I wish my monk was that strong, right? Come on. I wish my monk on Final Fantasy XIV was that strong. I always enjoy monks. I'm not enjoying the design of monks in this game. I wish they made them cooler instead of the ugly knuckles that they're using and then just hopping up and down. I wish they actually copy the monks from Final Fantasy Tactics. So, okay, so you're just gonna go right on in. All right, gotcha. See if we can do this. I probably should just revitalize right here. It makes more sense this way. Because they're probably gonna heal since he took damage. I think Cho just like, forget this crap. I'm just gonna go run in and hit him. Because hiding in the back is not gonna help you, right? Because no, you're fine. I think last time they targeted you because they took away my hate. Let's not even talk about that, dude. I love monks in Ragnarok. And you know the sad part was I never got a champ up. Like I played the game. I tried to play the game so many times, right? And every time I play, I always want to build a monk so I can do the guillotine fist. But I always end up like, by the time I actually have a finished product, I quit the game again. Maybe I should start streaming Ragnarok online, man. That would be pretty dope. So right here, I probably should turn on my Sentinel and kind of run here to try to get them to attack me here. And then you guys can try to pluck off these archers. This is the last run, by the way. I was only hoping to do this so we can just get it out of the way. I don't think you guys are down for farming the fist anyways. Straight to the point. Man, that monk is like... That monk is too much, man. I'm telling you, dude. I think this is a good spot because they can't really get next to us. That monk is just doing way too much damage. Come on, let's be honest. You don't have a drain life, huh? I think this is game over. I have to essentially get a taunting blade up here, or else this fight is over. Wow, these guys, they do way too much damage. You guys notice that the brutal difficulty of this game is getting worse and worse? Like, it just simply doesn't make any sense the way they're designing it at this point. Like, I know, I mean, to be fair, I've been asking for us to manual more content lately, and they're giving it to us. But I think the difficulty level on some of this seems a bit unwarranted. Like, doing 1,000 damage just seems way too much, doesn't it? See if I can get a... See if I can... See, wait a second. Wait, what's going on? Why can't I do this? Wait a second, what? Okay, so I did nothing there. What? I screwed up, my bad. I think we lost. I forgot that guy can cast Holy. That's GG if they're holding me, yeah. Alright, forget this. If you had like a drain life, you can beat these guys, but you don't have a drain life. Ouch, that Holy hit for 2k, man. Ragnarok Assura Strike, yes. I love the monk design in that game. Like, actually, the actual monk, like, you know, when he was like doing his chain attack and his stance, it just looks so cool. And then the Assura, yeah, you're right, the Assura later on was kind of hideous with the little thing, the design they had. But the champion looked kind of cool because the champion was standing like this. He looks really cool, but I guess people don't like us. People are like, screw these guys. You guys suck. RGT left us, man. We needed him so bad. Very good times. I missed that game quite a bit. There's RGT. Come back and save us. RGT essentially soloed that damn thing last time. All right, here we go. Let's be serious. Let me put on my serious face. Was that a serious face? Let's get the serious face going here. So the key is I need to go in there, cast Sentinel while you guys kind of move up. You guys need to move up. I think is the idea. You guys need to move up, and then my job is to tank these guys from the bottom up. If you guys can kill the archers early, we can establish some kind of control. Go upwards. Cho, go up. You're gonna get hit down here. Alright, so I need to cast Sentinel this time. Take a couple of licks here. Go up and kill those archer guys. Yeah. Like if we can get Cho to actually run away from the enemies, like run away as far as possible, we should have no problem clearing them. Because the stupid archers come down anyways. God, that monk, man. 1,000 here, 200 here. It adds up pretty quick, man. RGT's getting ready for a can of whoop ass. Actually, that monk went backwards. That's actually good because now, I think now I need to step forward and I don't need to heal myself. I just need to cast Revitalize. See if I can hold the aggro now. Because I got hit quite a few times already. Right? Because that makes sense, right? Getting hit a few times takes away the hate, right? The hate is based on the number of points. So they hit me 5 times, the hate is gone. And by the way, if you guys have Raldor, he tears this stage up easily. He's doing like my guy, he's not even barely leveled up, right? He's not maxed out at all. And he's doing normal damage without the best weapon. That he just has like a normal fist, and he's easily doing 11k, not 11k, 1100 to these guys. Easy. Like Raldor, it tears this map up. Like if you have 2 Raldors, this map is cake. But right now, obviously, most of us don't have Raldor. He's in hibernation mode right now. Everyone's looking for Yuna. Everyone's looking for Titus. See if I can bash this bitch. Here. Bash. Damn it. I probably shouldn't have bashed. I should have Taunting Blade, huh? I should have Taunting Blade. I hope he doesn't kill us. Don't kill us, please. I don't care about the heals, really. Now they're all bunched up, so now they're all bunched up. Okay, next time I'm gonna Taunting Blade on the next one for sure. We should be able to kill these healers with the 2 attacks plus my AoE effect. No, RGT, you left again. No. I think RGT is having issues with his emulator, though. It's probably what it is. Yeah, KYC, you can stand anywhere because I'm going to be taunting. This archer looks confused. He's not sure what to do. Actually, RGT is coming back. Because that's what happens. Alright, let me grab my... I could be lifting weights while I'm streaming because of the... This is like almost 10 pounds. So speaking of lifting weights, check this out, right? Apparently in my neighborhood, they're building a super gym, and they're opening up to the whole public, but it's essentially near my neighborhood, and it's all like bougie'd up, right? It has like bougie food, probably. It has like yoga class and full-size basketball court. Olympic-sized swimming pool. I'm not sure if it's Olympic-sized, but definitely a nice swimming pool, sauna, the works. And they're charging like a ton. And we're gonna go and take a look at it on Monday. We're gonna take a tour of it and then see if it's worthy of us signing up. Because honestly, I love saunas. They're so good, make me feel so good after like a workout. Get all the nasty toxins and junk out of your pores. I sleep really well after I get to the saunas, essentially, right? So I'm just gonna slash his punk ass right here. And so, yeah, hopefully we'll sign up for the gym, and then maybe I'll definitely start getting more physical, right? You know, start doing more physical things. Like lately, I've been doing more exercises, but I don't think it's enough. You know, since if we're going to spend the money, like here's a few things you need to spend your money on, probably. Makes sense. Food, because we all got to eat, right? You got to eat good, eat healthy. You probably should be spending money on perhaps on things that make you healthier, like exercising stuff. And of course, spend money on make you look good. You got to spend money to make yourself look good. Can we get a stun, please? Damn it. And so those things, I always feel like I have no issues spending money on, right? Like, you shouldn't have any issues spending those type of money. But when it comes down to other things, like, you know, little things in life, maybe you can start cutting corners and like start saving money, you know? But like, you know, this is the life, right? The life we all live in, no matter what society you're from. You're working or you're saving or you're investing, right? You're doing all this stuff. And ultimately what you're doing, why you're doing these things is because you want to retire comfortably. But think about it. What are we going to do with that money when you retire? You're going to eat. You're probably going to be buying things that's healthy for you. It's the exact same thing you'd be doing when you were young. The only difference is some people go crazy when they're young, right? Like, I watch a lot of poker tournaments on YouTube. I don't know why. I always like watch a lot of poker because it's entertaining to me. And you always see these young guys, like 20-year-old, and they're out there spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to try to win millions, right? I mean, you always hear these things, how they're like, you know, they're winning millions. They're like so good, this and that. But in actuality, they don't tell you there's hundreds upon hundreds of people who are losing a lot of money just so a few people can make a few $1 million. Seriously, poker is definitely one of the worst things you can do. Okay, thanks guys. I think we're done farming here, unless you guys want to keep farming this. Put it in the chat section if you guys want to keep going. Do you guys want to keep going? If you don't want to keep going, we can go farm something else easier and hang out. RGT doesn't want to keep going. All right, everyone wants to leave. Okay, let's farm something else. You guys want to farm books? Because I think everyone should be able to use some books, right? Or do you guys want to watch me do something random on stream? Generally speaking, I don't like to have some sort of format, even though I probably should work on it, because I think people just like to watch you do things. Let's farm some books. I think everybody could use books. All right, let's just farm some books, and then we can chat it up a little bit, and then maybe we can figure out what else we can do tonight. But so this is what I'm thinking to myself, right? Like, I want to get healthier with my life, physically, mentally, and really kind of buckle down in terms of finances. And then it's like after that, it's like you want to prepare for retirement. And I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to be doing when I'm retired? Am I going to be streaming when I'm like 70 years old or 65 years old? Maybe do some traveling, right? Traveling would be a good idea. Like, even when I'm old, I think I'll be okay. Just take a lot of like blood thinners when you're going on long trips. But ultimately, when you go to other places and you're traveling, you're looking to eat good food and you're looking to visit like sites or tourist destinations, in which case you're essentially just kind of like getting more memory for your brain, right? And then hopefully I'm never going to get affected by Alzheimer's, because essentially that is a pretty rough, you know, disease, because you don't remember anything. So then essentially if you're building your whole life to store all this memory and you don't remember anything with that disease, it's just, I think it's a terrible way to go. But hopefully when I do retire in like 20, 30 years, whatever it is, 20 years, I can still have this like mentality to enjoy all the stuff that I'm enjoying now. You know what I mean? Like, that would be awesome. Like, that's the only thing I hope, you know, in this short life that I'm, you know, in this short lifespan that we're all like given, hopefully that we don't live like a crappier life towards the end of your life. Okay, that's enough life talk. Nobody else wants to farm books? All right, then we'll go for a little bit. But right now I think I'm really enjoying life. I think I'm having a lot of good times. And I think 2 days ago, oh no, a day ago, I was in bed and I was keeping a close eye on my puppy who was dealing with the intestinal issues and whatever. And I stumbled a bunch of videos on one of the guys that I subscribe to, and he's like a streamer, and he was disclosing how much money he makes, like all the income that he's generating from his sources. And I think that gave a lot of people respect of this guy because, like, generally speaking, a lot of people don't like to reveal like how much they make and things like that, right? It's not very common. But he was telling the world essentially how much he was making and everything like that. And it was really interesting to see how much money this guy is making. His YouTube channel, he has 500,000 subscribers. And on his Twitch, he gets somewhere between 400 to 500 viewers while he's streaming. And then apparently, I don't know anything about Twitch, but I'm learning that you essentially make money from different, routes, right? You can get subscribers on Twitch. And I guess if they subscribe to you, then essentially they have to pay money. I didn't even know this. I didn't know that you have to spend money on Twitch. Which to me, that's weird. Like, that's why people subscribe to people. If they spend like a $5 or they spend like $10 or they spend like $25, that seems like a lot of money to subscribe to a person, right? Then you have to think to yourself, what do I have to do to make people like me? Like, if I'm streaming, what is it that people are like enjoying about watching someone stream? Like, personally, I enjoy watching people stream because I'm just watching them play the game, really. And it could be either you're entertained by that person or you're entertained by the way they play the game. So then it got me thinking, like, I don't know, man, like being a professional streamer is a lot of work. And I'm not saying this because I can't do the work. I'm saying this because essentially I have to drop my whole life that I have now, sort of, to be a full-time streamer, right? Because I have to be, in order to be a full-time streamer, you have to stream at least 3 times a week, which means that if I want to travel, there will be days where I will have no income because I'm not streaming, right? Then I have to be like, hey guys, here's a donation banner. If you guys want to donate to me. And then you're like doing things. You have to think of like creativity, or you have to think of creative things to do, or you want to do, what is it that you're doing content wise to grasp people's attention to watch you. It's like right now Diggs is essentially a full-time streamer, right? This is what he wants to do. Like, I talked to him in Discord, and he's telling me this is what he wants to do. He's in his 30s, right? So this is actually a prime time for adults to figure out what is it they want to do and then pursue it. It's a great age for him. Like, I think in your 20s, in your 30s, you should go and pursue your dreams, whatever it is whatever that is. I don't know if I ever envisioned myself to be a streamer. Like, honestly, like, I don't mind it. Like, I actually enjoy it. But then to kind of essentially go for career change, right? That's essentially what I'm going to be doing if I wanted to do that. And it's pretty tough, right? Because, like, if I have kids, that's definitely a way to get people to watch you. You have your kids running around in the background while you're streaming or something. Like there's these virtual streamers where they create an avatar of themselves, but they're not actually, you don't physically get to see them stream. So there's definitely different ways to be entertained, or at least be an entertainer. And I have to think myself, like, am I gonna be that entertainer guy to try to get this going? It's a long journey to become a super successful streamer. But then, of course, this guy reviewed more things, right? He talked about how there's this one popular streamer. I think his name is I forgot his name. Actually. He's a very popular streamer. He gets like, his growth was ridiculous. Like he had like crazy growth from 2019 to 2020. So it was a legitimate growth. And he was telling people, you know, if you want to think about streaming, you have to really think about buckling down and doing it. And I thought to myself, I don't know. That seems very, it seems very tough. Like the direction he's doing it is like, well, first off, I think he stays with his parents. So he has literally like no bills to pay. You know, he has no responsibilities if you want to put it that way. And so he already has a fallback, which is someone supporting him while he decided to go full-time streaming. If I was to quit my job and go full-time streaming, I'm losing out on a lot of income, right? And the thing is, how do I know I'm ever going to be successful? There's hundreds of thousands of people out there who want to be a streamer, who want to do this. And a lot of folks probably think that's like a shortcut way out of life, right? Oh, you look at you, you're just playing video games and you're trying to make millions. No, it's not a shortcut at all. It's actually quite challenging, and it's very hard work. You know, it's a lot of work. And I think if you're gonna do it, you gotta go do it. You know, there's no thinking about it. And I think this is the reason why I'm so hesitant. Like, and the other thing I was thinking, like, do people really want to see a 40-year-old dude streaming? You know what I mean? Like, do you guys really want to see some 40-year-old guy streaming things? Streaming video games? You know, because I'm not very good at games. You guys could already tell I'm not very good at it. It's kind of like you watch someone because they're good at the game, because they're entertaining, or they're offering like information. And I'm starting to think that I need to carve something out for myself. If I want to keep making content for games, I need to do something. You know, I need to figure out what is it that I want to do instead of just, I don't know, talk about like units that are coming out constantly over and over, you know? That's all I'm trying to figure out, like what direction I want to go. But I realize chat is awfully quiet tonight. Why are you guys so quiet tonight? Is everybody just like watching multiple streams at the same time or something? I probably should start watching other people's streams and start getting some ideas. I don't need a katana. I don't need, well, I guess more or less I could use a dagger. I'm half alive. Are you guys that tired? I mean, it's right now. It should be daytime in Asia. Right now, I think I need to get a dagger. I have enough to make a dagger, but my Venera is not even close to being finished. And I don't think we're going to be getting any raids that requires... We're not going to be getting any raids that requires like Dark Slash again, right? So we're probably going to get a raid that requires Strike. So I should probably start looking at my units to see which units that are strikers or have strike damage. And then start working on those perhaps for the upcoming raid, because I think I need to really farm more materials to finish off a few items. I would really like to finish off that helmet, that anti-slash helmet. And I'm really thinking about finishing off perhaps the Alexandrite ring. I think definitely that would be something to check off the list. Do you guys want to see me play Final Fantasy 14 instead? Because it definitely seems like you guys are not as engaged tonight as perhaps some of the other streams that we had before. I wanted to actually stream Final Fantasy 14 earlier in the week, but I was having some issues with the settings for the game. I think that kind of messed up my recording. I figured it out though. I think it was I turned on the frame rate too high, and my camera couldn't keep up. Right, the camera only records at 60 frames per second. And I think I set my frame rate to be like 240. I didn't even know that was a thing. You know, I'm not really tech savvy, but so as a result, when I was trying to edit the footage that I had, it would like freeze. Like seriously, the entire screen would be frozen for a solid 20 minutes of the footage, but there's still audio, obviously. So I was like, well, I can't use this footage. And so I had to go back and fix the setting on it, and then now it's looking pretty good. But I'm actually quite enjoying Final Fantasy 14, surprisingly. For a game for an MMO game that's as old as it is with the engine, it's like it's a pretty good game. So yeah, it seems like it's a slow night. It seems like a lot of the regulars are not here tonight. Any plans on CNY? Wait a second. What is? Oh, hold on. Oh, Chinese New Year. Good question. It is Friday, so it's a streaming night. So as you can see, I already got some red on. I definitely was thinking wearing red. Maybe I should go to my Chinese store and get one of those Chinese outfits, you know, with the little hat. Get a little hat with a little seal on in the front, and then wear one of those Chinese old school outfits. And like maybe I can go find some like copyright free Chinese music, like you know those like old school with the little trumpets and the little bells and the music that has like all high pitched instruments, and kind of like run it softly in the background. You know, kind of have like and maybe I'll change the background on my stream to be like all like dragons and lanterns and things like that. Hey, Panketeer, how you doing? Wait a second. When was the last time you were in one of the streams, man? Like, I know you comment a lot of the videos, but I rarely see you in streams. Welcome, by the way. Haven't seen you in a while in streams. I don't know. Have I seen you in streams often? Actually, maybe like you've been in like a couple, I think. So those are some of the things I want to do. And then of course there's like food. I'm thinking like last time where I did the Chinese celebration thing, like the Autumn Moon Festival, where I was eating like some food on stream. Maybe I can go and get some food that we eat for Chinese New Year's, right? I was actually really wanting to make Chinese dumplings. Like I was gonna maybe like make Chinese dumpling myself from scratch and record it, and then you know, just upload the video onto YouTube, you know, for fun, of course. And then thinking about maybe like, I don't know, it's like I gotta maybe like do some digging and trying to figure out what I want to do in terms of perhaps for the stream, right? Because the Chinese New Year, like, I mean, realistically speaking, what can I do, you know? How old is Final Fantasy 14? Final Fantasy 14 came out in 2010. So it's 11 years old, almost 11. They recently announced a brand new expansion pack, so Ah, Destiny 2 on Fridays. I got you. Yeah, I realized Friday nights it's maybe I should start pushing my stream to a different night. You know, like right now I've been working a lot of Saturdays. But in the future, what I probably do is I'll probably work like a Saturday and Sunday back to back. And then like take a couple of weeks off from work and then like just keep that rotation. But I think streaming on Saturday may be a better option. Because I think like Friday, a lot of people like to just go do things and hang out. You know, you have to do exceptional things to grab people's attention for a Friday night. And I guess that's the thing. A lot of folks have families and things like that, you know. Lot of like family, like a lot of guys who play games. They have a lot of like a family oriented. So you know, Friday nights it's not like they go out and drink or have go out to the bars or something like that. You know, so. You know, I'm always curious. Like War of the Vision clearly caters to a lot of folks in their 30s and 40s playing some of these games from those eras, right? It's just like, are there a lot of 20-year-olds that play this game? You know, is there a lot of like young crowd that plays games like this? Because it doesn't seem that way. I also think, is the community for War of the Vision like shrinking a bit? Because let's be brutally honest, like War of the Vision isn't one of those games that's streamer friendly, right? If you think about it, like it's like I'm always thinking to myself, what could I be doing in my streams for War of the Vision besides essentially farming live, right? I mean, I understand stream is a way to engage with the community, engage with your viewership, but it's like, what are some things that we could be doing to have more fun in a War of the Vision stream? You know, you guys, maybe I should make a video asking the community, hey, or maybe I should go to Reddit or something, go somewhere, maybe jump around in Discord and start talking to everybody. Hey guys, what do you guys think we should be doing in terms of hanging out in streams? What else could we do? Like, one thing I learned is I don't want to climb that tower live on stream. It's way too much. It's like way too much stress, you know, like it's very headachy. Maybe I'm thinking I should just start doing class matches. You know, just like sit here and do class matches with the viewership or something. Give the opportunity for you guys to kick my ass. And I think that will get viewership. Like, because people love to see people who are streaming get beat up, right? I mean, it goes without saying. I'm 38, so nowhere close to that. Was the FF14 announcement cool? That's a great question. I didn't even know there was an announcement. Akoi said it was earlier, so I thought it was just a Heaven's Ward announcement that they were going to bring an expansion pack. Maybe I should check it out after this. Actually, you know what? Let me check on my phone. Final Fantasy 14 announcement. Let's see what they got going on. So it looks like Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker expansion revealed. Coming fall 2021. There you go. So that was literally announced 1 hour ago. So 2 hours ago it was announced. Apparently some YouTubers are making that announcement. So 2 days ago, Final Fantasy XIV on Twitter announced that on Friday, February 5th at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, which will be 8:30 my time, they're make that announcement. So yeah, literally that announcement just came out. I should go check it out. Near might bump that number up though. War of the Visions doesn't feel like it'll appeal to younger audience. I don't think so either. I honestly feel like it does not. Like, here's one thing, right? I see a lot of people get like millions of views playing Minecraft, and I'm just watching Minecraft, and I'm like, what's the appeal of Minecraft? I don't get it. Like, I never played Minecraft. But working in a children's hospital, I know what Minecraft is because I have to, because a lot of the kids love Minecraft. And they play Minecraft, you know? And I'm just thinking, wow, literally anybody and everybody who tries to do Minecraft is like making money off of playing Minecraft. And I would just think to myself, it's really a shame that I don't do those type of games, right? I chose War of the Visions, which is a very, very niche category of gaming, and very what's the word here? I guess here's the thing, right? It has very positive aspect about War of the Visions because the community is not huge, and the folks in this community, generally speaking, are good. There's not a lot of toxicity. There's not a lot of anger issues and things of that nature. And I feel like it's great for someone of my age. I think it's great. But when you start entering into realms of like first-person shooters or any of those other games where you can effectively attract hundreds and thousands of people watching you play, then it becomes a different animal altogether, right? Like in this room, there's right now, it's kind of been fluctuating between like 20 people-ish, give or take. And a lot of people come in, they're just like, wow, this guy, he's just talking, I'm leaving. And then there's people coming like, hey, this guy's talking, I'll see what he has to say, let's hang out a little bit. It's kind of like I get to actually have conversations with people in chat, right? But if I play games like Minecraft, or Dota, or Fortnite, I can get pretty good at those games. Not great, but good at it. Good enough perhaps to mess around and have a lot of fun doing it. But then it's like, then you're like not engaged at all with the audience, right? You're not engaged with chat. You're just seeing tons of chat fly by. Kind of like someone's like printing something out from a printer. You're like, like I thought to myself in my bed the other night, just thinking to myself, if I ever wanted to do these things, potentially, yes, I can make a crazy good living off of it. But then it's a full-time job, and then I don't really enjoy the lack of engagement with the audience. Essentially, what it is I report to work. I log on, I set up my streaming, 8-12 grand worth of equipment, and just play my games, laugh, joke around, not even looking at chat. Hell, I probably don't even need 10 screens at that point, right? You're just like playing, and you're creating all these interactive things for the audience to be participating in chat. But in actuality, you're just sitting there playing. Maybe you get angry and you start smashing your keyboard, or you overreact like a lot of these people do, and then you're just like, whatever. And it's like, at that point, it's like, then what is the reason why people are doing it? Then you're just doing it for essentially you're doing it as a job. Then to me, that seems to be fun. Like, I don't understand the attraction of those professional streamers who are doing those type of things. I'm sure they get famous, like Ninja, right? Ninja makes like millions streaming, and I can't imagine how he has interactions with people in stream. Seems to me that is almost impossible. So I get it. Minecraft is like the sandbox effect. Yeah. Playing with friends is the way to go. Yes, 100% agree there. The content creators are also creating stories while they play. Okay, that makes more sense. In that sense, Minecraft makes sense. So you gave Minecraft a try, huh? Yeah. Yeah, like I've seen a few videos. Like I never had a full-on watch mode. I haven't like lurked on any like streamers about Minecraft. I haven't done that. But it definitely seems like you can kind of do all sorts of different things. And yes, you can create story. Like the other day, I saw a thumbnail saying this guy was like had like 5 million views within like 15 hours of release. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna go and see if I can break in my friend's safety deposit box with all the diamonds in it. But it's a Minecraft video, right? Clearly, he's doing this inside of Minecraft world. I'm thinking, you're right. That is essentially creating a storyline within the storyline. He's like creating a storyline within his channel to appeal to the audience who finds it interesting that they're doing this. So yes, that's a lot of appeal, you know. That's definitely a lot of appeal. Like I kind of wish, like honestly, I kind of wish like I got into all this stuff during the time that I was hardcore playing Ragnarok online, because I would have loved to do a full stream of the WOE, or War of Imperium as they call it. You know, essentially it was Guild Wars, but it lasted 2 hours, and it's very hectic and very fast paced. Unless you're playing defense, then it's really boring. You're just essentially sitting there and you're just waiting for enemies to attack you. But when it does occur, like the massive battle on screen, it is so exciting. It's like one of the most exciting experiences I've ever had in terms of PvP content. Like I can honestly say I despise PvP because I'm not good at it. You know, and I think that's a fair thing to say. That's really fair to say. But that game is so engaging when it came down to engaging myself in this massive battle scene. You know, people are storming the castle and you have to fight each other, and you're just like really engaged with your gameplay. I love that game. I love it. Hola, Luciano. How you doing? How do you say hola? I live in Florida. I should have learned Spanish like 30 years ago. ¿Cómo está? I think that's all I know is ¿Cómo está, man? I'm terrible, man. It sucks, dude. I should probably learn Spanish. It's not too late. I know a little bit of French. Bonjour, oui, oui, oui. I mean, I know a little bit of French. Fortunately, I know some Chinese. I know English. I know a little bit of French. Should have taken Spanish, to be honest. In hindsight, though, obviously hindsight is 2020, right? We say that all the time. And I think, like, you know, like, I think on that subject of hindsight, I recently learned that Umbra Rays is living in Japan. I finally clicked on his about in his channel, and I found out he's living in Japan. F2L here. Free to lose. Free to lose. And so I was thinking, wow, this guy, okay, this white dude from Canada is living in Japan. Now, obviously, one could think from outside perspective that he could be living the dream, right? He could living the dream in Japan, because that's one place I would like to live for a little bit. I don't know if he's single or he has kids or he's married or he's got a girlfriend or whatever it is. But I'm thinking to myself, if he's just living there and he's working, right, and he doesn't have anybody, he doesn't have any friends in terms of like, because I imagine in the Japanese culture it's very hard to make a lot of friends, you know, unless you grew up with them, going to school with them and stuff. Yeah, he's Canadian, because that's what a sit-in is about, right? It says just a Canadian living in Japan. So I'm thinking, let's say he's single. I don't know if he is or isn't. I'm just assuming shit, right? And let's say he's like single, every day he goes out and gets great food in Japan. Then he comes home and he talks about video games, because he's playing all types of games, right? And he's streaming and he's chilling and he's making videos. To me, that would seem like essentially a pretty hard life to live, man. That seems like a hard life to live. Double screen watching, brain split in two. Whoa, who else are you watching? I'm curious. Who else is streaming tonight? I probably need to figure out like what other content creators for War of the Vision streams, like their schedule. So I don't like to coincide with them, because ultimately there are not a lot of streamers, right, for War of the Visions. And I'm not ready to go on Twitch, because I think if I commit to Twitch, essentially I'm committing to streaming. But I think his lifestyle, I don't think I'll be envious of his lifestyle, living in Japan. Oh, you're watching WandaVision? Awesome. So you have Disney Plus. I'm thinking about canceling Netflix and picking up another streaming network. I think I maybe do Disney Plus, but honestly, I don't really want to watch. I don't think I really want to watch The Mandalorian. I know like my friends keep telling me to go watch that, but I'm like, no thanks. It doesn't look interesting to me. I wouldn't say I'm a huge Marvel fan. I just want to say I'm a mediocre superheroes fan. So who's your favorite character? I have to ask Luciano. Who's your favorite character? Or maybe should we guess? Maybe we should guess who your favorite character is. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna ask you this. Now that Disney owns Marvel for the last however number of years, do you feel like Disney has essentially screwed Marvel up? Or do you think they've done a good job? No, I know Mandalorian's as good as everyone says, but the thing is, I really want to just walk away from the Star Wars universe. I was gonna say the Hulk or Wolverine. Crazy, right? Wolverine definitely seems to be like a very common superhero to be a lot of people's favorite.
Me so sad.
Oh no, hold up.
Me sad. Nash not watch my show.
Actually, that was a bad Yoda impression. I have to be in the mood to actually do Yoda.
Nash no watch. Nash no watch.
Blah, blah.
Nash no watch show.
Yeah, I really feel like they've done a pretty good job with the movies. I think they did a pretty good job. But honestly, I feel like I'm superheroed out, man. Like, I really don't want to watch any more superheroes. I really thought Ant-Man did a pretty good job of entertaining me. And I really thought Guardians of the Galaxy did an exceptional job. Like, it took something that wasn't mainstream and effectively made it mainstream. I think they did a really good job with those two things.
Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda.
Maybe I should do the entire stream in Yoda voice. Like, I have to say everything as Yoda. Then I become essentially a standout streamer. People's like, oh, you guys check out that Asian Yoda impersonator? All he does is speak like Yoda. Like, everything he does is Yoda. And then I'll have a baby Yoda sitting on my shoulder. And then I'll have my dog sitting here. And then I'll just do the entire stream playing video games, whatever it is that I choose to do for that day, in a Yoda voice. And I comment. My whole commentary will be in the Yoda impersonation. I thought about it. I really did. I thought about doing that, to be honest. Because, hey, like, I got to stand out as a streamer, right? Yeah, I never really done like comic books, like try to, but it's a very tough thing to get into if you've been out of the game for so long. You know, it's like you're trying to play catch up for like literally decades. Honestly, if I could go ahead and say this, I really feel like they did Captain Marvel because they're really pushing for a lot of different agendas, politics, right? And a lot of it has to do with, you know, different political view situations where they're trying to inject that into mainstream. And Disney is trying to show their support for different things. The biggest reason I actually boycotted was that that Solo movie, was because there was a lot of politics behind that. And I don't mess with that kind of stuff, man. I walked away from it. I refused to watch that movie. I refused to support them because I felt like it's unnecessary to inject that kind of shit into something that's been loved for, you know, decades, you know, as a fan of Star Wars for many years before that. And so I told myself I no longer really give two crap about Star Wars, and I really hesitate about getting Disney for, honestly, for those reasons. So, all right, illegit man, thanks for stopping by, dude. Have fun. Yeah, One Piece. I try to get into One Piece, but that was a tough one. That was a tough series to get into, believe it or not. Like I was playing the games. I was playing the games on mobile. I was playing anything and everything One Piece. You know, I was in Japan, I was in Hong Kong, so I was bombarded with like all of these anime action figures and figurines and whatever. And I have to say, like, One Piece has some really cool designs. And there's some really nice character models out there that are really expensive, really cool, like statues of those characters. And I was thinking about like going hardcore to collect all of them, but at the end of the day, like One Piece just, I don't know, it's not something that I kept up with. Like I watched maybe like a few episodes of the anime, didn't really quite enjoy them. And so, yeah, I didn't continue, but like I finished maybe most of Naruto. Like I think I caught up with a lot of the Naruto stuff right before like I guess they introduced Boruto, whatever his name is. And that's why I stopped too. Like I just felt like I can't keep going. Like they're going to a brand new generation. It just is not what it was, you know, like I walked away. Fairy Tail though, I did want to try out Fairy Tail. That looks pretty cool. Like I actually watched some Seven Deadly Sins. I actually quite enjoy that storyline. That was pretty good. Like I was told, a lot of people who are hardcore, like doing really good things about Star Wars, were on the Mandalorian team, and I think that's the reason why it's getting such rave reviews. And then my friends are all like, "Dude, there's no lightsabers. You know, if you love Star Wars and you enjoy the times where there are not a lot of lightsabers, not a lot of Jedi talk, the Mandalorian is the way to go." And then, of course, ironically, a few days later, after I hung out with my friends in another city, I came back home. Boom! I see like the end. I see the spoiler at the end of season 2. You know, it showed lightsabers and things like that. I was like, God dang it! There goes the neighborhood right there. So. All right, thanks, illegit. Appreciate it. It's all good, man. It's not like I'm earning like anything, but I appreciate the thought and the support of that. Yeah, it's been a couple of slow weeks. I had a plateau. I think I had a plateau like 51 viewership at one time. I think that's the highest I've ever done. And since then, my viewership has gone down quite a bit. So I think what I need to do is probably need to start streaming on Twitch, because I think a lot of people enjoy watching Twitch, and then of course some people enjoy YouTube. It's just kind of like, you know, it's hit or miss with that. Disney uses charge and CEOs that don't know shit about Star Wars. Yeah, I think so too. I think that's the weird part. Like I feel like Disney did a really good job with Marvel after they took over or whatever, but this seemed like really took Star Wars and kind of like just threw it off a cliff just to see what happens. I mean, what were they thinking that it would happen? That miraculously that it would just keep going and create insane stuff? No, dude, you got to put in the work. I just hope, honestly, I just hope that more projects come out that were as good as Rogue One. Like, I hope they don't like start screwing up the Star Wars universe, because they essentially already have. You know, they already kind of screwed it all up. I just hope they can kind of like win the trust back on some fans, because I know there's a lot of hardcore fans that still love the franchise, but personally, I feel like there are a lot of people probably walked away like me because they're tired of it. You know, they're tired of Star Wars. They're tired of the rehashing of Star Wars rather than being new and creative. They're tired of like the way they're mistreating the brand and however you want to look at it. I walked away long before people said the new Star Wars were kind of crappy. I walked away because the first 3 Star Wars, episode 1, 2, and 3, were so trash to me that I seriously had to walk away. I sold all of my Star Wars memorabilia before before I started working as a nurse. Like I sold them all. I sold everything. This one guy actually, God bless his heart. Seriously, like he saw me advertise Star Wars stuff that I put on Craigslist, and he's from another state, right? And he's like, "Hey man, I want to buy all your Star Wars stuff." I said, "What do you mean you want to buy all of it? Like everything?" He's like, "Yeah, I want to buy it all." He's like, "Can you ship it to me though?" I was like, "Wow, that's a lot of stuff." He's like, "Sure, no problem. I'll pay you for everything that you listed, and I'll give you shipping costs. All you have to do is ship everything to me in a big box." And so I was like, okay. And then he wired me money through Walmart. This is how crazy it was. I was like, dude, I could just totally rip you off. He's like, I know, but I have to trust you, right? I was like, I guess. So he wired me like a good amount of money, mind you, including more than enough to cover the shipping. So he shipped me all this money. So I went to Walmart, I picked up the money. Then I just boxed up everything. It's this humongous box. And I shipped it to him. And then a few days later, he told me he got it. And he says this is what he does. He goes on Craigslist and he buys Star Wars stuff from people from other cities. And he keeps doing the same thing. And I'm just thinking to myself, wow, that's crazy. But the great thing is I did end up selling all those Star Wars memorabilia to someone who loved and cherished Star Wars. And I lost a lot of money on those things, right? I really did. But then I thought to myself, it was worth it because at least I passed on some of those stuff to someone who truly cared about Star Wars, like I used to, during the days where I got so excited that I got to enjoy the original 3 Star Wars in the movie theater, with my friends and my family. And to me, those moments were worth more than money. Like you can't buy that type of stuff with money. Am I right? Like you can't buy certain things in life with money. That's true. You just can't. So I had a great time when I did love Star Wars, but I don't have regrets walking away from the brand. And it just, I guess the recent movie just further solidified of me not really caring about Star Wars anymore. I still love 4, 5, and 6. I still love those 3. I think those are always going to be my favorite 3. And I think Rogue One definitely is my favorite modern version of Star Wars. Because that movie essentially tied a lot of things together for me, in the story canon. And I think the acting was exceptionally well, and the script was done well. The actors, the characters, they were all great. And of course, it was a one-time storyline that made sense. Now, I know they're supposed to expand on the Rogue One. I'm not going to go because I don't want to taint my own brain by watching more stuff that they're going to already try to wash over something they did an exceptional job on, It's kind of like how I feel about 7, 8, and 9. It's like you already took something that is so golden in people's brains and you essentially started washing over all of that, and you started pouring more layers on something that perhaps shouldn't have been poured layers on in the first place. Yeah, I agree. I think if you constantly reboot, it's quite obnoxious. It's just not fun. And there's reasons why companies have to reboot because they don't want to lose the rights to the film or the rights to the characters. And I get it, but in the comic book world, if they reboot too many times, then that's it. Then it ceases to be like unique. It ceases to be fun. Oh, see. You didn't enjoy Rogue One, and that's fine. To me, I think that was their best work in a very long time. I think that was definitely like something that I enjoyed watching because I don't know, I just enjoy the character designs, and I guess I enjoy the one-time storytelling. Like I realized by the end of the movie, I was like, this is it, guys. This is the end of the movie, and there's no more to this. And I guess that's why I really bought into that. All right, Pan. All right, Pan. I wonder if you have room for me. I'm gonna request to be a friend. because recently I removed like a bunch of people from my list because they quit the game. But Star Wars aside, Marvel aside, I think overall, like, you know, with the pandemic, obviously Hollywood has come to a kind of a screeching halt, but there just really aren't a lot of things that makes me want to watch more movies anymore. Like, I'm at the point where there just aren't a lot of good stuff out there anymore, you know? It's just rehash. There's a lot of rehashing of old materials over and over. I think 1, 2, and 3 were all bad. I think they were just concentrated so much on convoluted storylines and politics that it became kind of pointless to really care about the storyline, right? It's kind of like the same way I feel about War of the Visions and Final Fantasy Tactics. They started involving so much politics, so many factions to keep track of. It's kind of like it's nonsense. It got to the point where it felt like it was nonsense. I don't even watch a storyline, but I did watch the story for this most recent event. You know, with the whole Lucia background with Raudor. I thought that was kind of cool. I didn't mind it at all. So yeah, me too. I like the original Star Wars. I still love the original Star Wars. I don't think I ever not loved the original Star Wars. But I simply do not get excited about Star Wars anymore. Like my fiance, we went to Disney before the pandemic hit, and we visited the Star Wars sets, and we went into the Star Wars bar, and we ordered like these Star Wars drinks. And man, I tell you right now, if it was back in the days, I'd be like going crazy over that kind of stuff, you know? But now, it's like, I'm very like, I don't want to use the word immune, but I was just very like, that's cool. It didn't really impress me, to be honest. I still enjoyed it, but it didn't really impress me. Either way, though, you know, like, Star Wars is Star Wars, you know, you can't really get away from it. It has essentially become a religion for a lot of people. I have like essentially moved on to other things. Right now, my biggest thing is Transformers and maybe Lego, if they ever like create more Lego sets that I want to buy. But right now, it's just, I'm all about Transformers, and more Transformers. Still working on the man cave. I know a lot of people want to see it, but it's going to be a while before it gets finished because I try not to go out to the stores and expose myself too much to buy furniture and stuff to fix it up. But we're actually thinking about maybe we'll like move to a different house. Like, you know, the house we live in is pretty big. It's kind of like, we probably need to get a smaller house, to be honest, you know. And so my vision for my man cave, I'm way behind in terms of actual project to conceptualizing it to a final finished product. I'm so far away from all of that. Like I can see it. I can see me walking into the room and the way everything's set up. I already see it in my brain. But it's a lot different when you're like envisioning things and you're writing things down and you're trying to work on things and then the finished product. It's just, and then of course the pandemic kind of ruined a lot of that, you know. Hopefully one day, before I'm 50 years old, I better have it done. I think that's a good point. You make a good point. I feel like, you know what? I feel like that you said that, Luciano, is like this, right? It's like, if you think about it, they do the same thing with this game, right? We're all playing this game. Everyone in this room most likely well, should anyways, play War of the Visions. But essentially, all they do is they take characters in this game, rehash it, and then sell it back to us a few months later. You don't really feel connected to any of these characters at times, I feel like. You know, like a lot of these characters are just feel like it's forced. You know, I hope they put more oomph behind like character design in terms of background story. I think I will much enjoy that. Like as one of those games that introduces you a character every few weeks, they really need to kind of make you have some sort of build a connection to the characters in War of the Visions. That will definitely make me have a more inclination to summon for them. Like seriously, like why do I care about summoning for like, you know, random units? You know, like random units that I don't really need or care about. They're never gonna sell it to me. I'm never gonna buy them. Like when I saw Dark Rose Helena, I was like, yeah, I probably want her because I want the mommy. You know, I want the mommy, I want the daddy, I want the sons, I want the whole squad. That's what I should do. I should just have an entire Leona's family and PvP with them only. Or maybe you get bonuses if they're on the same faction or something. Yeah, some of the event stories are pretty good because I think that's when they try to attach to characters to backgrounds. I think that's kind of neat. Like when I watched the Raldo one, I actually felt compassion for Raldo or Raldo or whatever his name is, and I felt something for Lucia. I felt like, hey, these characters, even though they're considered bad guys, you know, they have emotions, they have feelings, they have background stories, they have a reason why they're fighting. Some of those are done pretty well. I never play any of the Final Fantasy 15 games. I just know, what is it, Noctis? Isn't he one of those? Noctis? I think it was Noctis. There was that guy with the blonde hair. There was that big guy, and then there was that other skinny guy with the glasses, I think. I didn't really enjoy the design. It seemed a little bit too emo to me, perhaps. Man cave before kids. Damn right. I needed to get that set up. Because once the kids come in and they get to the age where they can physically grab my toys, and then my man cave probably has to have a lock on it or something. Because the toys I have, they're not like your typical run to Walmart pick up type of toys, man. These are pretty expensive stuff. You know, I don't want my kids to be messing with them. In fact, I had a friend that came over and he's like, hey man, let's transform your stuff. I said, bro, man, these are like expensive ass collectibles, man. I can't just be sitting here transforming them. It's gonna ruin the chip paint. It's gonna ruin, it's gonna ruin the paint. We're gonna get like greasy marks on them and stuff like that. I was like, forget that, bro. I'm not transforming these things. I said, if you want to transform, here you go. Here's one of these cheap retail toys. You can transform it all day long. And it's kind of pathetic that I collect Transformers, but I don't transform them. Hey, listen, man. I earn my money legit, so it's like, if I want to spend it on these Transformer toys and don't transform them, I'm alright with that. Transform. Final Fantasy 15, it just, I don't know, it didn't look right to me. Like a bunch of dudes with guns, and they're riding around a car, and all of a sudden they're fighting behemoths and stuff like that. I was like, pass. Not my game. Not my type of game. Not the type of game I want to spend my time on. But, not gonna lie, really, really enjoying Final Fantasy 14 right now. It feels so massive, and the gameplay doesn't seem forced, and I feel like I'm enjoying the moments. I'm enjoying the grind, and also probably because I'm low level, so every time I ding, it's like it feels good when you hear that, you know, leveling up music, you know. Toys were durable before. No, it's not that. It's just like the toys that I buy, they're you know, they're made of good materials, but if you transform them enough, eventually you're gonna wear and tear them, you know, like you're gonna break, you know, they're gonna break down. And I just buy them as like representations of my childhood and just kind of leave them on bookshelves. Kind of just admire them when I walk into the room, you know. Really? Final Fantasy 16, huh? I buried my Transformers. Wait a second. Is Final Fantasy 16 like is it going to be like an online game, or is it going to be like just a normal console Final Fantasy 16? I think gone are the days of the charm of the original, like the old school Final Fantasies. All the new Final Fantasy games, they're trying to create more than what they are, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to create something brand new. I trust Yoshi if he's involved. Yoshi is cool. Yoshi is cool. I'm a big Yoshi fan. Solo plays Final Fantasy 16. Oh, solo play Final Fantasy 16. You'll need a secret room. I don't think I'll need a secret room. I think what will end up happening is I just have to decide what my kids can touch and what my kids cannot touch. And when they get old enough, then essentially they can touch everything. Because, look, honestly, it's not like I care about my toys enough to the point where I'll value them over my kids, obviously. But they're trying to appeal to the global market. That's a tough one. Because the only thing that really appealed to the global market was Final Fantasy, what, 7? I think a lot of the newer generation gamers, they don't give two craps about Final Fantasy, you know? Because that brand is so embedded in his root from back in the days. Like, it's hard for people like me to walk away from Final Fantasy. So it's kind of like new gamers have to be introduced to Final Fantasy in their own rights. Besides, I think there are a lot more games nowadays that are going to be stuff that they're more relatable, you know, by kids of modern day, you know, modern gamers. I mean, come on, let's be honest. There's only so many ways you can make games nowadays. They're all going to seem very, like, you know, overlapping each other, right? Like, I mean, let's talk about like games like Far Cry, Witcher, Dark Souls. What else you got? You got what is that? God of War. You know, all these different games. It's essentially all the same gameplay. The only difference is the skins are going to be different, right? You know, they're maybe set in a different environment, but everything is pretty much the same. I mean, there's not a whole lot of creativity out there nowadays. Yeah, RPGs do sell, but you know, it's like, how big is the RPG market though? It's essentially like nerds like us who love RPG games. You know, I'm a nerd. I'm a big time nerd, but I never even played Dungeons and Dragons. Any of them. So did you end up finish building your Thancred, Koi? I had a nice reaction video going for meeting Thancred for the first time in Final Fantasy 14, but the file got ruined. Like my visuals got ruined, so I couldn't put that video out. I think the Western gamers who like RPGs were essentially like the mass market was introduced to Final Fantasy because of 7, right? People like you and I, Luciano, and I guess everyone else in this room most likely were introduced and fell in love with JRPGs long before Final Fantasy 7. So, you know, if they're going to sit here and try to reintroduce Final Fantasy to the mass market, they essentially just make them look like every other game that's on the market, like The Witcher and like, I don't know, all those other RPGs now they're on the market. You know, they all look the same anyways. Yeah, I mean, I think essentially everything almost nowadays is mainstream if you think about it, right? Everybody knows about Dragon Ball and One Piece and Bleach, Naruto. You know, kids nowadays, they know everything. But if you ask them if they know G.I. Joe, probably not. You know, they probably don't know that stuff. Or Thundercats or He-Man or Silverhawks. There's still that group of people like my age in the 40s who are still clinging on to all that stuff. I think the market is there. Like comic books, you know, mainstream movie brands and franchises and things like that. Those are always evolved. That little kids will get involved. But there are certain brands that are essentially dead in the mainstream market that are only there for niche markets. Like for example, like Thundercats, right? There's a lot of people that like Thundercats. But it's not going to be mainstream. They're not going to make a Thundercats movie. There's not going to be enough interest in it. Even when they try to reboot the cartoons, it just wasn't. It wasn't going to be. What's the word? It wasn't going to be received well because the direction they took it was just different. It's not like people were wanting to watch it, wanting nostalgia. They weren't getting it. You know, so it's like it's harder to do now. Like even comic books, you said it yourself. Like they're doing a lot of reboots constantly. And I think that's why they want to do the reboots so they can keep attracting brand new people into the market to make more money. I don't think these people give a shit about, you know, nostalgia and all that stuff. Like hardcore fans will always produce items for hardcore fans, right? That's why these toy companies nowadays are creating toys for that specific niche market. They know they can make enough money to make a profit and satisfy the nostalgia factor in those people. I'm sorry to hear that, man. 130 shards, that sucks. I'm sure it'll come back. So for something like Star Wars, they don't need to rebrand it. That's why I was so confused. Why do they need to keep creating stuff that doesn't make sense? You know, sticking with the original canon and not messing things up, I think it's a safe bet, but you know, whatever. Like you guys said in the chat, like CEOs of Disney don't give two crap about a lot of things. They just want to see numbers. The investors want to see numbers. It is. Money makes the world turn, right? That's the saying. Money makes the world turn. Like, people don't care about things. Do barracks update gives limited to unit shards? Yes, they do. So when the barracks get updated, what you do is you put the unit that you want a shard of into the barracks, and then every 24 hours, you will get, I think, 1 or 2 shards of that unit that you place in the barracks. It will come, I believe, during the 1-year anniversary. So 2 months. maybe it'll come a little bit before that. I'm hoping Mr. Hiroki does things well for global in terms of the implementation of things. I think they did a pretty decent job in JP, but I think they could do a little bit better job, right? You can always do better. I should start watching the streams of the other YouTubers just to see what exactly they're doing. You know, what are they doing? Like, I'm just curious. Like, what are people doing for World Division streams? I'm very interested in that. What else could I be doing for this game? Streaming purposes. Like, what else can I be doing to involve folks? Yep, you're right, Pan. They want to make money and they don't give a crap about bugs. Even though, to be fair, Global has been pretty up to date on fixing bugs. That shop bug, though, that was like months that they didn't fix, or seems like. I'm not sure if it was months, but it felt like it was months. I felt like they didn't care or something. Mostly framing and talking. What do you mean by framing? I need to know what that terminology is. Like, I feel like I need to have some sort of agenda when I stream, perhaps, like to give people like sort of like a table of contents, if you will. Like, they join my stream, they're expecting something, and boom, they get it. But like I said, I don't really feel like War of Divisions is the type of game. Oh, mostly farming. Okay. I feel like, honestly, like War of Divisions, well, I mean, what can I stream? Like it's the same thing, right? Everyone literally does the same thing. Like, hey Zen, welcome to the stream. You're a newbie, huh? Are you a newbie to the stream or are you a newbie to the game? Dumb fingers. Like, I was really thinking about doing like match play with viewers. I think that would be an interesting stream, to just fight against everyone in this room. It's like, I want to fight you all, you know, because I know I'm gonna lose, but I think a lot of people want to fight me just to beat me up. Yes, battle people in friend encounters, exactly. Well, welcome to the stream, Zen, and welcome to the game. If you have any questions, there are a lot of people who are really knowledgeable of this game. There are some Discords you can feel like joining if you are into that kind of stuff. And of course, you know, just watch all the different content creators on YouTube and you can learn quite a bit about this game. This game is pretty deep in knowledge. Yeah, I don't want people to turtle. Bottom line is, I'm just gonna rush. Like, come on, fight me, you know, beat me up. I don't care if you beat me up. I think that would seem to be a fun stream, right? Like, if I just have one stream dedicated to people challenging me to a fight. And of course, we have to have rules, right? The rules would be, you can only use a total cost of something, or you have to include MR characters or SR characters or something like that. You cannot use all URs or something like that. You know, that would be interesting. Cabbage is watching. He is everywhere. He has eyes everywhere, huh? Oh wow, congratulations. Sakura is a very good unit to have. And if you have Sakura, that's already a good start. You might consider like working on a magical team. That would be a good idea. And start thinking about trying to get some vision cards that will give you a lot of magical boosts in terms of damage and speed and things like that, like agility. Hey Kendra, how you doing? We're just farming it up and chatting about life. No, I never got Sakura. Like my fiance got Sakura. I only spent what did I spend? 8,000? 8,000 gems for her. I didn't get her and I gave up. Oh, Zen, don't worry. Little Leela will make a return. You should have no issues trying to get her later on. Yeah, evasion, magic are great for new players. Yep, great point. I forgot to always talk about evasion. Evasion is a great thing, but it definitely takes a little work to get evasion setups to make a I don't want to say like ideal comp, but like it takes a lot of work to make your evasion great. Because you are definitely more reliant on gear and cards. Whereas magic, a lot of them already naturally do tons of damage. All you're doing is you're just doing a lot more, right? It's like Sakura is already doing tons of damage. And I'm learning that Raldor, he does a lot of damage. This guy, when he hits things just break. So when you're adding more power to him, you're just overkilling things, right? So it seems like Raldor is a great unit to have as your first damage dealer. It doesn't take a lot of work to make Raldor work. You don't even have to farm Sage Hats. You can farm the Wizard Hat, and it gives you just a couple of less points in evasion. And it's super easy to craft, super easy to make, really easy to do. Like, I learned that if I was to start all over again, I would start crafting like the SRs and the Rs and things like that until I can get the better equipment. Right, but see the thing is, this game, even though they have limited units, a lot of those banners, they return. They do. This game, if you're new to this game loves reruns. You will get so many reruns in this game that it's so hard for you to mess things up. Like, the ideal way to play this game is don't go crazy when they release an event, because that event, chances are, will come back in a few months. And then you can finish up that event, and they keep track of your progress. So if you already did all those quests and you got all the rewards, when it comes back around, you don't get those rewards. So essentially, you're just be farming for those items the second times around, or finishing something up on the second go or third go, whatever. So never get discouraged about limited units, trying to build them at the moment they're released. Because in the future, we're going to get level cap increase. So when the level cap increases, the companies have to give us those things again, or else people are going to be irritated the fact that we can't finish those units to the new level cap. So, and the great news about Little Leela is if you do, I think it's 20 summons, or is it 40 summons? I don't remember. 20 or 40 summons. Then the medals that you gain from those summons, you can buy the first copy of the unit right away. That's how I got mine, by the way. I think I spent 37,000 gems to get her, which till this day is still my worst summon session of all times. So it's like, if you enjoy specific characters, don't feel bad if you didn't get them, because chances are you may get another chance at them later on. Yeah, definitely like joining streams, watching content creators. Not only are you supporting them, you're actually supporting yourself, and you're actually supporting the community. Now, I always feel like supporting each other is a great way for everyone to grow at the same time. You know, you're not really just supporting someone, right? Like Ziza is a good reroll for sure. It's definitely a good unit to reroll. But if you have the magical teams, Ziza is not really necessary per se. I mean, let me rephrase that. Ziza's bells are not a must-have if you're going with the magical comp, but it's a great complementary piece to your magic comp still if you're going with a magic comp. But if you essentially like physical damagers in this game, then yes, Ziza's bell essentially is the must reroll unit. I think you have to go for a Ziza in your reroll. Well, then you're pretty lucky. If you've only been playing 16 days and you already got those two, that's pretty good. That's a good start. Nash, you think, well, get like tickets as a reward for logging in daily on the anniversary? Yeah, I think so. Like in Japan, they gave tons of free items away for the 1-year anniversary. I honestly can only imagine that Mr. Hiroki will probably give us even more than they gave out in JP, because I think people in the global definitely will appreciate faster progression than JP players. And I think a lot of it has to do with like the culture, the gaming history, the communities, yada yada yada. I don't, you know. I mean, to be fair, a lot of us probably done a fair share of mistakes in this game. This game is very easy to make mistakes. This game is so easy to make mistakes. And it's very punishing because it takes a little while to recuperate from your mistakes. And I know I made a lot of mistakes. So what I essentially do is, if I make a mistake on my free-to-play account, I try not to repeat those mistakes on my main account. And this is why I still play the free-to-play account, to kind of like test the waters on things, like, you know, do things that I want to see. Hey, if there's consequences behind it, then at least I won't make that mistake. And then I can pass that kind of like knowledge to the community that way. And I think it's a great way to do it, in my opinion. Like, you know, like my mistake is your gain, essentially. Yeah, Golden Boy needs a lot of work. I finally got to finish mine after how long? I know a lot of people have been playing with Golden Boy for like months now, you know, in Guild Wars and stuff. But honestly, I never really had an issue with Golden Boy. Like, yeah, if he kicks my ass, he's gonna kick my ass anyways, you know? Like, I wasn't gonna stop Golden Boy from kicking my ass. But if he doesn't wipe me, I don't really have a problem recovering and winning. It's really like Dwayne is the one that gave me more issues. Like, if he disables my team, the fight is over. And it's a damn shame that's that way too, you know? Like, you get disabled, you lose. For the most part, right? Disable is very rough in PvP, man. I think that's the worst. I think if they land that debuff on you, you're essentially screwed. He is the Golden Boy. He definitely is Golden Boy. He's draped in golden. Yeah, you don't have to spend a lot of money to enjoy success in this game. I think I've proven time and time again that I can conquer anything in this game with my free-to-play account. It just take a little bit more work in terms of figuring things out, you know? Like, it's not hard to do. It's just you have to be very careful with your resources. Whereas if you're a spender, you essentially have endless resources because you can just buy everything. I think it's perfectly fine to spend money in a game because if you want to support the company and the company is generous enough to support you back, I think it's fine to spend money in that sense, right? Like I create a budget for myself. Like if I go over that budget, I don't spend for a long time. I haven't spent probably in several months now. Like I spent a couple of dollars here and there, you know. I did. Like last week I spent a few bucks. I bought those daily things to get those extra copies of the vision card for that Black Rose vision card. That's it. Like before that, I haven't spent any packs. I haven't bought any packs. Maybe I should put up my donation banner to you guys like, hey guys, please support Nash Taters. Donate everything you got from your bank account. Thanks. So I can buy tons of packs so I can summon and get absolutely nothing. Imagine if everyone had started donating to me, right? You know, donating like few bucks here and there, and it adds up pretty quickly, like a couple of $100, right? And then I go to the store and I buy a shitload of packs. And then I summon, I get nothing. Not only do I feel bad because I'm spending other people's money essentially, anyone who's donated can be like, what the hell, man? We just gave you money to buy things to try to get new units or vision cards, and you didn't even get them. You can't even get them. I think that's what the crappiness of gacha games. And I think a lot of streamers, when they get donations, they probably try to live off of those donations. Like if I get donations, I'm going to spend it on this game. I'm not going to lie. I'm thinking about 1 year anniversary. I probably should set up donations and be like, hey guys, come on, donate so I can summon for Yuna. I know you guys want to see me play with Yuna and Bahamut, you know, take the game to the next level, you know. I don't have anything set up, by the way, for people to give me money. That's true. It's like if you're gonna like each person give me $1 and that's like a couple of $100, right, over time, then I can buy a lot of packs and summon. Like if some guy gave me $500 right there, that seems like a big chunk of change for any single person to give. But if everyone just give a few bucks and I buy some packs to summon, ultimately it's entertainment, right? If you spent $3 at a McDonald's to get a cheeseburger or 3 cheeseburgers and you eat it, it just turns into shit anyways, right? Essentially that's what it is. You got nothing out of it except maybe a fulfillment feeling. But if people were donating to streamers and they spend it right there and then they buy packs in front of you and then they summon, everyone has a good time. Because at the end of the day, this is entertainment, dude. This is not like, you know, anything else. It's just having fun. But I don't have anything set up. I was just messing around. I thought about it. I did think about it, but you know, I'm fully capable of spending my own money to summon. But maybe in the future, somewhere along the line, if people are willing and they want to do it, I'm not gonna stop them. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like, hey man, don't give me money. You know, I'm not gonna say no. But if that is the case, then I'll do it. Like. There's already talks right now in the works that people want to get together and summon like massively for Yuna. It's going to be like a really long stream where we're all getting together, different people trying to summon for Yuna. And I think that'd be a great opportunity to set up perhaps like a donation banner for people to like donate if they want to see me summon. Because right now I don't plan on summoning. So I don't plan on summoning for Yuna and Bahamut at all. Kyle, you're actually correct. Welcome to the stream first off, and then yes. I think it'd be refreshing to see a content creator not using Yuna and then just going after them and maybe just try to kill content creators who are pulling for Yuna in videos. I finally got a +5 ice brand for Gilga. Oh, congratulations. I still don't have a +5. I think I'm only up to 30, 34 or 35, man. It's taking forever. I think it will be refreshing, Kyle. I agree with you. I don't know if I will be summoning for her either way. Like, if people donate it, then if people, like, the way I'm planning on setting things up is if people donate, they have to tell me what they're donating for. You can't just give me $1 and say, here's $3. No, you need to tell me, what are you giving me this money for? I need to know. You have to tell me, or else I won't, like, you know, I will send it back. You know, if people say, I'm donating this so you can buy more packs, then fine, I'll do it. Or they'll say, I'm donating $50 so you can buy a pack, and then I want to see you summon. I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want people donate money just because they feel like I'm asking for charity. And I don't do that. That's not in me. I'd rather go out and get a job and make money. Even though technically speaking, this is trying to make money, but I'm not at that point anyways. It's gonna be a little while before I want to actually do any of that. But yeah, right now there's no immediate plans for Yuna or Bahamut. That's just a little too much. It could be potentially going up to hundreds of dollars for me, you know. I mean, hundreds of dollars, I could do a lot of things with hundreds of dollars. Oh, that's a good question. I honestly am not even close to getting an ice brand. So I would imagine ice brand will be for Gilgamesh and or what's their name? Agrias? So yeah, I would say either crit or assault. It seems to make the most sense. So I don't think you're wrong if you did assault. Then again, I haven't looked up the numbers, Kendra, so I don't know. I don't really know what is considered the best. But if you are to build an assault, I mean, you can actually just dismantle it and then wait for a couple of more recipes to show up, and then, you know, you can do it again. Like, I'm just not lucky enough with the books in the shop for some reason. I refresh almost on the dot every single day on my main account, and I still don't have enough. We don't have Ice Brand. We have never gotten Ice Brand. Ice Brand has never been where we can farm. Icelands, absolutely. You can farm that, but not Ice Brand. Ice Brand is currently unfarmable. And no event has ever, I believe, given us Ice Brand. You can only get Ice Brand from the shop, and that very first copy you get from the game. So therefore, Ice Brand, essentially you have to get lucky trying to refresh the shop constantly and getting that recipe and then building it. So that's why Ice Brand is considered the best weapon for ice users. Not the other sword they gave us during that event with Agrias. Like, that's just a placeholder, I feel like. Okay, so there you go. Crit is the best. So you went with Assault, but now you know Crit is the best, so there you go. My suggestion is just get a couple more recipes, dismantle it to 2+4s, and then all you need is essentially one more recipe, and of course the mats, and then you can get it. Then you can just rebuild it back to crit, right? Because remember, when you dismantle, I think it randomly generates what the sub-brand is, or whatever the subtype is. I actually had to do that with the UR helmet, and then that sucks because I lost those recipes like a dumbass. But I was not getting the one I wanted, so it sucks. Yeah, you need some coinage to build the Ice Brand, but it's definitely worth it because I think without a doubt that's probably the best weapon for Gilgamesh and Agrius. And then at level 120, I can't imagine how much damage you can do with that weapon, man. No, you're not crazy. I think people have been talking about the main Gauche as a evasion dagger, but it doesn't have much damage, right? So it's like one of those situations where, like, you know, you're essentially going for evasion. Is it necessary? I don't know. You know, I don't know if it's necessary, but if you love evasion, then why not? She's trying to resurrect Mr. Rob. No, it's not gonna work. Damn, Pan, you're like doing crazy damage with your little Leela. It's very satisfying to farm for books because you have to have books. Books. Jeez. Tanky evasion. That's not a bad idea either. Cause like a lot of tanks have high luck, right? So a lot of tanks actually have high luck. So you can actually legitimately build an evasion tank. Like they don't take much damage in the first place. And if they take damage, they don't take much damage at all. You will have to sacrifice a few things. Poison is very legit though. Like poison and sleep has been my best friend in the tower. Like most enemies you cannot disable, you cannot stop. You can only stun or sleep. And then they have so much HP and so much damage resistance. Poison was the way to go. Like I sit there and I just cast bio on enemy units. Because they have so much hit points, it takes a percentage, right? So if it's 10% each time, it doesn't take much to kill them. And of course, I talk about Doom all the time. I wasn't prepared with Doom, but I think I'm trying to push for Doom in my second go around on towers and just sit there and Doom everything if I could. Doom and Seal Evil is my plan for floors 41 and 50. I'm really trying to get all the Doom and Charming action. I want to finish Fina so I can get her bow and give it to Rose or Rosa, so Rosa can start charming units from a distance. And then I want to get the Doom weapons in the game and give it to my character so they can cast Doom. So I want to get that Doom weapon from what's his name? Like Schuzelt, whatever his name is, so I can give it to KOR Stern, because KOR Stern didn't do anything for me in the tower, by the way. He barely did damage. So if he could sit there and slash people and get Doom off, that's a good strategy, I think. And give him like a lot of like evasive or tanky gear, so he doesn't die, but all he goes around is just slash people and Doom. Fina with light greater than Rin. Greater than ING. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that means. Is there a spear that gives Doom? I know as Venera has the dooming capability. Delita has the dooming capability. There's a two-hander sword that gives Doom. I would really love to see if there's a spear that gives Doom, because then I can equip my Kane with a spear weapon to cast Doom, because he again didn't do a whole lot of damage in the tower either. My main source of damage came from Orlando, believe it or not. Lightning from tower. Fina with lightning from tower? I'm not sure again what that really means. What are you saying? Like Fina with lightning from tower. Doom, Charm, Sleep was and Poison was my way to try to grind through the tower. And I think that's the safest bet. Like, you just have your tanks running around, taking the damage, don't die, and then just keep dooming things. No matter how strong these units are, if they're susceptible to doom, they will die in 4 turns. Oh, the ring from the tower. Yes, I got the ring. Yeah, I do have the light ring from the tower. I do. Wait, does the ring cast doom? No, it doesn't, right? Well, I guess you will take less damage from light, and you will take less damage. Looking forward to level 120 Orlando. I know, right? I know, right, Joe? Like, I can't wait to see Orlando do like 12k, 13k, 14k damage with his skills. Well, the thing is, I wasn't going to use Fina. I was going to use Rosa to use her bow. Like, I will have Rosa run around with her bow, and then she can also heal, right? And then, of course, wait a second. Did we DC? Yeah, we did. So since I DC'd, and so maybe we'll just stop the stream here. It's kind of a shame too, because we actually hit much higher numbers than earlier. Well, we've been kind of waxing and waning with the numbers, but they should give Sid a multi-hit. Well, he does have multi-hit, but nobody uses the multi-hits. Maybe they should give him like a multi-breaker in terms of like something that breaks everything. Didn't he have that superpower in Final Fantasy Tactics where he shattered everything, your armor, your accessories, your weapon, your helmet, everything? They should give him that, like AoE attack, and it just breaks everything. I'm down for that. Everybody can get to level 120 soon. Maybe in the next 2 years. I would say every unit probably can. Okay, I am actually going to cut it off. I didn't want to, but let's go ahead and cut it off here because I DC'd again. I've been DCing a lot, actually. I'm going to go have to finish my guild wars, have to finish my duels, and then maybe I'll take a nap or something, and then I got to get some cooking done before I go to work tomorrow. So I do have to work, unfortunately. But I think I'm going to upload maybe a Final Fantasy 14 video tomorrow instead of a War of the Visions video, just because I've been wanting to upload this video for a while. So I want to thank everybody for coming. If you're brand new to the game, welcome. If you're brand new to the stream, thank you for the support. You guys have a great weekend. I will most likely see you guys on Monday because it's Super Bowl Sunday and I work tomorrow night. So I'll be sleeping half of Sunday and then I'll get up and watch the Super Bowl, and essentially there goes my weekend. So all right, guys, you guys take care until I see you guys again. You know, make sure you take care of yourself and all your loved ones. Nash Tater and his family out of here. Peace out.